I was going to make a video talking about a recent document that was released about me, but the situation has gotten much more serious as I realize the damage that I've caused.
Another person in the ArtCC has been outed as a bad person. Gee, that's surprisingly new. In other news, there's gonna be a sunrise tomorrow morning. That being said, this situation might not be as cut and dry as you once thought. Unlike everyone else who rushed out their video on Synni, I actually reached out to her, and she agreed to do an interview with me. Just like with the Pyrocynical Drama, the Synnibear drama from 2016, and the Hopeless Peaches drama, there was something about the Synnibear situation that didn't feel right. I'll give you two options. You can take the blue pill and just believe the mainstream opinion about Synni, or you can take the red pill, and I can show you just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Before I begin, I would like to make some disclaimers regarding this video. Number 1. One of the subjects involved in this video goes by a different name than they used to, due to identifying under a different name and gender. If you know the user by the name of Birdie within the animation meme community from years ago, a drama I actually made reference to in my last video, which I to this day do not know anything about, then you should know they now go by he, it pronouns, and they have changed their name to Jack. This is the ArtCC. Half the people in it are trans. When talking about their drama, I will refer to it as Birdie, but for the rest of the video, I will call him Jack as that is what he prefers to be called. Second, please give what you can to help save my friend's family restaurant. A link to the GoFundMe will be down below. I know it doesn't seem like the time for it, but I promised my friend I would shout it out in every single video until we raise the money for it. And number 3, some of the stuff you may hear me talk about in this video will be a bit troubling to some, but I am going to keep my wording simple and brief, and show evidence that will be highly censored. Now you might have heard of the Birdie drama, back when they were bashed by the ArtCC for seemingly no reason. After all of that drama, they became best friends with Synnibear03, who I will just be referring to as Synni for the duration of this video. They moved in together around 10 months ago, but unfortunately their friendship didn't last. Last time I heard about two ArtCC people moving in together, it was Kai and Omnia, and yeah, we all know how that turned out. ArtCC people just don't move in with one another, it never turns out great. As for how I first learned about Synnibear03, I first discovered Synni through her video on Spoctor. Other than that, I just saw her video on Lio and Peaches, along with the first few minutes of her video on Deadwing Dork. Ironically, Synni brought up that she was moving in with Jack at the very end of her Spoctor video.
I'm moving out soon. My original plan was to move out in January, but things have changed. I'm going cross-country to pick up my friend, so that we can roommate together. They've been an online friend for a long time, and they've been dealing with a really unsafe living situation for a while now, so I want to go get him. My family has been really adamant about me not doing this though. They already hated the idea of me moving out so soon, but they hate my roommate even more.
When I heard this, I thought nothing of it.
I understand they're worried for my safety, but the way they've gone about being worried has been really stressful. I need to go on this road trip, I need to help my friend, and I need to make my own decisions. I need to get out of this house.
Remember all of this stuff about Synni's parents not being okay with her moving in with Jack, because it will become important later. As they were living with one another, someone made a document accusing Synni of doing very bad things with minors. Jack called Synni out for this, it made a video, the video absolutely blew up, and tons of people also made videos on Synni. I, along with many other people, wouldn't have learned about this situation for a lot longer if Jack didn't make its video. There are two docs that compiled all the evidence of what Synni did. The first one has 111 pages.
It's 111 pages long! You're kidding me! You're kidding me!
Sure, it's long, but it's mostly just screenshots. The most severe allegation in this document was that Synni was grooming a 14-year-old by sending them inappropriate pictures. Unfortunately, the doc is so long that most people didn't look at it in its entirety, and if they did, they didn't look at it very carefully. Now, some of you may be asking, how old was Synni when this all happened? Was she 16 when she was talking to the 14-year-old? Or 17? Nope, she was 20, about to turn 21. Like her birthday was right around the corner. The 14-year-old also made their own doc, and it's, oh god, 188 pages long.
188 pages? No! 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 No!
but it's almost entirely just made up of screenshots, so it's not as long as it may seem at first. Now, some of you might say that these screenshots are out of context, or maybe the messages are fake. After all, Discord is one of the easiest websites to use to fake messages. I mean, it's happened to me before, so it might have happened to Synni. But the thing is, those allegations aren't just allegations anymore because Synni admitted to it.
I've been an irresponsible content creator, and I've been acting inappropriately towards my fans. This alone is enough for me to realize I need to make sweeping changes to how I conduct myself and how I interact with my fans. But the most serious thing I've done is I've groomed a minor. I became friends with a 14-year-old after I made a mental note to myself to not become friends with minors again, and I overshared with them. I shared graphic, explicit materials with them when I shouldn't have. I groomed this child, and I knew what I was doing was wrong, and I betrayed everyone who looked up to me. I betrayed my friends. I've done the worst possible thing I could have done, and I'm suffering for my choices.
On the one hand, I am happy she admitted to it so fast, but on the other hand, she groomed a minor! I could go over the proof in the doc, but the drama seems like it's already over. Proof of what she did came out, her roommate talked about it, making the situation blow up, and she admitted to it. It's like that one clip from Rick and Morty.
And now, another quick mystery. I just want to know who could have done something like this. It's a travesty.
I did. See this knife and all the blood on it? Here's my fingerprints.
Guilty. I sentence you to life in prison.
Everybody, including Synni, seems to be in agreement that she's a groomer, but I think a lot of you want me to be as transparent as possible and go over the two really big docs. I've seen a lot of false information get spread around about this situation, and I want you all to understand exactly what's going on, because let's be honest here, most people aren't going to go through two massive docs. The only one defending Synni at all is Kumo, and let's be honest here, he's a guy who everybody hates, so if anything, he probably made the situation even worse for her. The guy is an absolute contrarian, and many people consider him to be a troll. Clearly, he's just doing this to stir up drama, but as I was working on my Synni video, I kept on going back and changing a lot of things about it. And once I finished my video on Synni and looked at all the evidence I had lined up, it just didn't feel like a good video to me. I got that same feeling I had during the Pyro drama, the Hopeless Peaches drama, and the Spoctor drama. For those of you who do not know what the Spoctor drama is, basically back in 2018, he was accused of inappropriately messaging minors as young as 13 years old. But he got out of them because he did those actions when he was 16 to 17. Synni was 20, about to turn 21, so there's no way she's innocent, right? Well, I told myself the same thing, but then I noticed she took down her apology video, and I decided to reach out to her because I just felt so uneasy. And after I interviewed her, which I will play at the end of this video, I realized that Synni and all of you were lied to. I've gone against the mainstream art commentary community opinion lots of times. I did it in the Peaches drama, the Antunes drama, and the Toby drama. Granted, the last one didn't go so well for me, but the other two went pretty well. I know 100% that I'm going to get a lot of backlash for making this video, but someone with a sizable audience needs to say something. The first big red flag to me was how quickly Synni admitted to grooming. When it comes to groomers, they never do that. Cosmodor didn't do that, EDP didn't do that. In fact, there's not one single groomer that I can think of that has ever done that. The only person that I can think of who admitted to being a groomer before Synni was Spoctor, but he was innocent. If you've seen my Vincent Skullman video on my old channel, then you know that I've proven that ArtCC people are cartoonishly spineless. Just a little social pressure will make them admit to things that they haven't done. In court, people are allowed to rescind their guilty plea, and that is put into law because humans are, well, human. They can be pressured into saying that they're guilty even when they aren't. Tons of people have admitted to practicing witchcraft because they were pressured into it.
Okay, Jaw, that may be true, but did you actually watch Jack's video?
Yes, and it barely had any evidence at all. It is mostly just Jack talking, and that's pretty much it.
Sock has expressed discomfort with Synni multiple times, and Synni hasn't made an effort to change anything. She made graphic rape comics, including Sock's characters, and sent them to people she barely knew, who then leaked them because she didn't fucking know them. Sock expressed discomfort again, and Synni doubled down and told Sock off because she can cope however she wants, I guess. I haven't looked at the screenshots. I've only heard, like, testimony of this, but it's disturbing.
I haven't looked at the screenshots.
I've only heard like testimony of this, but
She has an obsession with Boy to this very day. Before I found out about all this, Synni actually DM'd me last night and said, oh, Boy's yelling at me, because I think she has like an imaginary version of him. I don't know. And I was like, why is he yelling at you? And she's like, I don't feel comfortable saying. And then I found out from someone else what she did, and she just wasn't gonna tell me.
Some of you may bring up that Jack and Synni were best friends, and it would be in denial about what their friend did. The thing is, though, Jack is very, very autistic. Like, I can't be the only one who thinks it's weird that Synni allegedly groomed a 14-year-old, and Jack somehow makes it about itself and gets $10,000 in donations. Like, what? How does that work? If that's the rule from here on out, Professor Dreadlock has been messaging minors inappropriately. Now give me $10,000, please. Even if you're moving out, you don't need $10,000 unless you live in California or New York or something. In fact, if you live in one of those two states, $10,000 will only cover your rent for a week. But why couldn't Jack just ask for, I don't know, $2,000 or $3,000 and then get a job? Well, that's because it doesn't work. Yep, Synni was paying the overwhelming majority of the rent. Jack needed Synni, but Synni did not need Jack. Synni is working a real job, she's making money, and she's paying rent. Jack, for the longest time, was on Social Security until he moved. So let me get this straight, we're paying taxes to it, and now we're giving $10,000 to it. It almost seems like Jack had everything to gain by throwing its friend under the bus.
But Jar, the document had all the proof. I mean, look how many pages it had. All that evidence must prove that Synni's a groomer, right?
Well, actually no. There's not one shred of evidence that Synni groomed anyone. Just testimony, one of which came from herself, ironically. Now I want to make this 100% crystal clear. Synni did 100% speak inappropriately around minors. But know who else did that? Pyro.
Recently, to those who are unaware, I've been accused of grooming a 15-year-old boy when I was 19. That I'm some kind of predator and was aware of his age all along. This is categorically untrue and a complete lie. But a few days ago, a poorly written Google Doc has surfaced claiming that I have lied in my response and I'm 100% guilty. I just want to be clear, I have never lied at any point. This document is disingenuous, manipulative, and it fails to include so much of my original statement. This document makes, like, insane assumptions based on limited and broken evidence. It's not hard to dismantle it, it's just annoying that I have to be the one to do it. These conversations never led to any nudes being exchanged. It was just purely fantasy garbage, something which Ivory himself confirms.
Did he ever ask you for nudes?
No.
Several of our conversations were leaked online by Ivory. Here's one of the more damning ones.
I'd love for my Sona to be licking at his fat, sweaty while rubbing his belly from behind, and then just having him gas all over my Sona's face. That'd be so nice. Or if mine was just underneath him, getting railed underneath his huge belly, and your Sona could be gassing non-stop as he f***s mine like... Huh? Well, to be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while... Well, to be honest, I'd pick you up, hug you while rubbing you against my huge, sweaty moobs, then kiss your cheeks, telling you how much I loved you, and then kiss you on the lips and let out a hard, long belch into your mouth. Come on.
I mean, yeah, we shared some fat furry art, we had some weird fantasy roleplay, but there was no sexual interest. There were no nudes exchanged, his name, his appearance, it wasn't important to me. He never once disclosed the fact that he was 15 at the time these exchanges commenced. He didn't include his age in his bio until he was 16, but I was not on Twitter between the 28th of December 2016 until the 29th of June 2017, as I was suspended. It would have been a hell of a lot less likely for me to see all but one of these tweets that's been used as evidence in this Google Doc. My Reddit post clearly shows that I was suspended from Twitter at the time that they were made, and that of course leaves the very last one, but like, what are the chances of you catching one specific tweet when you follow hundreds of people. I brought this up in my Reddit post as well, but it's been deliberately left out as some like shit attempt at manipulation.
Wait a second there, Jaw. The Synni situation and the Pyro situation are completely different. I mean, after all, Pyro didn't know Ivory's age.
I think you need to see the next clip after this one.
When Ivory linked me his Twitter profile, the age in bio says 16. This is something I acknowledged in my Reddit post, but to be fair, I probably didn't elaborate enough on it. In retrospect, I never should have continued the furry stuff with him once I learnt of his age, even though at the time, I didn't see it as a problem. If it helps for context, because we're being so open here, I'm straight, IRL, like I have no interest in guys. This is just purely like a weird fantasy, and it does not carry over into the real world whatsoever. Of someone who drew like fan art of my Fox character back in 2016. I then apparently replied to them like jokingly saying not thick enough and then asking for their age, and they said 15. So when people saw this, they instantly drew parallels to the grooming allegation. I asked them for a thick version and they drew this, which isn't even really that different from previous things they drew before even getting into contact with me. I didn't commission it. What was drawn wasn't pornographic. They'd drawn very similar stuff before, and there was no roleplay here. It was nothing.
And last I checked, we pretty much all forgave him. Synni is a coomer, a gooner, but not a groomer. Grooming requires intent and a desire to get with someone. Synni did neither. If you want to get with a 14-year-old, you have to be a pedo. Now Synni makes a lot of coomer art, so there must be evidence of her drawing Shota, Lolly, or Cub, right? I mean, the signs were there in public for years. Just take a look at her channel. There are tons of videos where she would make suggestive animations of a minor character from My Little Pony. By that I mean Scootaloo isn't a minor character from My Little Pony, but that she's a minor character. She's underage. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, this is cut and dry. She's guilty. But the fact of the matter is, she made those animations when she was a minor herself. A lot of these inappropriate animations of Scootaloo are over 7 years old. Synni just turned 21, so back then she would have been 14. Maybe this is just me, but I don't believe 14-year-olds who drew inappropriate pictures of characters around their age should be cancelled years later when they are an adult. If that's the case, a lot of you minors watching this video better go scrub your deviant arts.
Scrub, scrub, scrub till the water's brown.
The problem with this is that this is not the art CC, it's the animation meme community. Stuff like this is absolutely normalized in this community. If you're gonna cancel Synni for this, then you better cancel everybody else in the animation meme community. There are plenty of animations that say 13 plus or 16 plus or whatever, and the characters in them are very scantily dressed and do inappropriate things. You can have a problem with this. Hell, you can demand that these videos are age restricted, but you can't just cancel Synni for this and give everybody else a free pass. Plus, a lot of this stuff is no more inappropriate than things I've seen in animes like Fairy Tail and Naruto. Never forget what you were like when you were a kid. You enjoyed Misty when she was in her bikini, you enjoyed Naruto when he did his sexy jutsu, and you enjoyed when Fairy Tail just did a whole bunch of stuff. So just so we're clear here, back when Synni was 13, 14, and 15, she made animations like this, and just about no one had a problem with a minor making animations like this on the internet. Hell, judging by the view counts these videos got, I would go as far as to say that people encouraged her to keep doing stuff like this. So if she grew up with people constantly encouraging her to make animations like the one she's made, then it stands to reason that she would do the same when she grew up. But Jaw, that's not the only allegation in the doc, there's plenty of other stuff as well. I hear what you're saying, so let's look at that doc even more. Now granted, the old stuff she did wasn't that bad. Sure, making a 17-year-old uncomfortable when you're 19 isn't good, but it's not pedo stuff in my book. I'm one of those people who defended Call Me Carson, so I can't say she should be kicked off the internet for doing the same. If you would like to know the story between her and the 17-year-old minor, well basically she sent a bunch of inappropriate messages to the minor. She sent a non-con comic to the minor who was 2 years younger than her. The comic included an F&F character by the name of Boy, who was graping Nightmare Sand supposedly for the punishment of molesting children. Lovely. Oh, and by the way, to make everything worse, the OC by the name of Boy was created by a minor.
Ooh, that's bad.
The minor called out Synni for this, and she apologized and made a promise that she would never ever do something like this again.
That's good.
Now, none of this stuff is wholesome Christian family fun, but it's not that bad. Tons of people have drawn inappropriate pictures of minors' OCs. It's bad, but it's less bad when Synni did it because she was only 2 years older than the minor. If people don't want you to put their OCs in not safe for work situations, you should respect their wishes. But if you draw your OC as a hot anime girl or a big buff man, you should expect people to draw them in not safe for work situations. Personally, guys, just draw not safe for work of me. Plus, there was a video made defending Synni from these allegations. It got hundreds of thousands of views, and it was received extremely well. Sorry, but you can't just agree with a video that's debunking allegations, then change your mind on it because new allegations came out. This is bad, but it's a 2-year age gap. And most people only gave her a slap on the wrist for this because of Romeo and Juliet laws.
Protected by the Romeo and Juliet laws.
We dated for a little while. I was a sophomore and he was a senior. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3.
Granted, a lot of people don't agree with Romeo and Juliet laws, especially when it involves a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old. After all, a 19-year-old can vote, get drafted, and do a bunch of other stuff, but a 17-year-old is still in high school. What Synni did was bad, but it's not pedophilic, and she did receive backlash for it. Personally, the biggest problem I have is that she said she would never ever do this again, and she did. However, people are also more forgiving about this stuff when it's over the internet. Me hitting on a 17-year-old in real life is different than me hitting on a 17-year-old over the internet. After all, I can see the 17-year-old in real life, but on the internet, I can't see what they look like. On the internet, I hear someone talking to me. In real life, I see a minor in front of me. Granted, I'm a lot older than Synni. If I'm talking to a 17-year-old, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot more crap for it. The example I'm giving only works if I'm 19 or 20. But the thing is, as far as I'm aware, Synni wasn't hitting on this 17-year-old. She was just cooming with them. She would also post gore and say inappropriate things where minors as young as 14 were present. Sure, this isn't good, but it's nothing that would get you that much backlash. Personally speaking, I went on Live Leak a lot as a kid, and I saw some very gory stuff. Also, in the animation meme community, gore and bloodshed is just common. So once again, your hatred shouldn't be placed on Synni, but the entire animation meme community as a whole. Like the fact that people are freaking out going, "Oh, think of the children," just makes me laugh so hard. If you guys are canceling Synni for this, then why isn't Jack getting any hate? Look at the end of its video on Synni. His avatar along with her avatar are stripping while being on poles, and this video wasn't age restricted. Oh, so many minors were exposed to this. But again, at the very worst, this is her being irresponsible, not grooming. Most of the stuff in the doc doesn't really show her doing that much bad stuff at the start. I don't think having your OC in a suggestive pose where minors can see it is that big of a deal. If it was, then the doc maker would also be at fault. Also, anyone who made a video about this situation, as they were linking the doc showing images of her OC in sexy outfits, would also be at fault. Guys, you can't call something then put it in a video without age restricting it! Sure, the doc does censor out a few things, but it doesn't look like anything that bad was blocked out. Like this image was gore art, not her being topless, or at least that's what I've been told. Yes, her avatar is in underwear, but they're not fully naked. But then you have things that are a little bit worse, like her saying to a 13-year-old that she's looking for a not safe for work chatbot to talk to because she's horny. Run away, I've got to. Maybe this is just me, but I don't think you need to be telling 15, 14, and 13-year-olds that you're horny. I skimmed over the doc because most of the stuff I saw in it was small potatoes compared to the accusation I heard about her grooming a 14-year-old. Then, when I finally got to the end of the shorter doc, I found out that the bigger and longer doc was the one about the grooming. Now, I want to make this clear. I do not believe Synni is a pedo. She more than likely would have done this with anyone regardless of age. The 14-year-old who made the doc even thinks that this is the case. She was being irresponsible by talking to the 14-year-old this way, but I don't think she was doing it to get with the 14-year-old. Also, I'm gonna be real here, the idea that people are saying Synni is a groomer but not a pedo is absolutely silly.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want this pattern to repeat itself. I want to be better. Nothing I do will ever make this right. but I want to make sure it never happens again.
This is wildly irresponsible, it's an optics nightmare, and I don't know why she did this, especially when she made the promise that she wouldn't do this again. However, when you consider the fact that neither I nor the 14-year-old believe that Synni is a pedo, then you have to ask yourself, how is this grooming? If you're not trying to get with someone, you're not grooming them. If you want to hate on Synni for this, that's fine, but she's not a pedo. Now I know what some of you are gonna say.
Well, we're not saying she groomed a 14-year-old to get with them. She just groomed a 14-year-old to be more comfortable with conversations like this so she could coom.
Don't get me wrong, I thought that at first, but it turns out that the minor was the one being inappropriate first, and she kept on pestering Synni to talk about stuff like this. It's also important to note that this minor was a fan of Synni's content that includes Scootaloo being in very suggestive outfits, which Synni also made when she was 14. Yes, Synni should not have engaged with this minor. She was the adult in this situation, and what she did was incredibly irresponsible. It also makes her look really sus. But then again, Pyro, when he was an adult, sent a lot of inflation stuff to a minor. He got backlash for what he did, but he did beat the grooming allegations. No, I do not know why she couldn't talk to an adult about this kind of stuff. She brought up that she talked to this 14-year-old because she was as open about not safe for work stuff as she was. And yeah, of course she was. She just started puberty. Yes, Synni knew the minor's age. She asked early in the convo. Sure, she could have forgotten this person's age. I talk to a lot of people myself, and it's hard to keep track of stuff like this sometimes. But she acknowledged that this person was young a few more times. Then they started to talk about, not safe for work stuff. But none of the not safe for work topics they went over were nearly half as bad as some people made them out to be. Like, some of this quote-unquote not safe for work stuff includes lyrics from the song, "I like big butts and I cannot lie." I heard that in the Shark Tale movie.
I like square butts and I cannot lie.
Hey boss, big butts.
Aye vey.
But what about the inappropriate pictures, like her sitting on a pile of sand corpses while hugging boy? Is hugging porn now or something? There's also pictures of her in boy and bunny outfits. Woo, so scandalous. None of this stuff is actually hardcore corn, it's just softcore corn. For those of you who do not know what softcore corn is, well, think of it like the sexy jutsu from Naruto. Sure, it's a bit risque, but under the law it would not be considered hardcore corn. This kept on escalating until Synni, she sent the same not safe for work essaying comic to this minor, and requested this minor to draw even more corn of the character of Boy and Nightmare Sans. From the censoring job, it looks like a few parts of this comic would have been legally classified as hardcore corn. The absolute worst thing Synni sent was this picture of Boy fingering her avatar. However, it should be noted that the doc maker was not the one who censored this out. It was actually Synni herself. When I first saw this, I thought, yeah, Synni's guilty. But when I found out that she censored the worst parts of this comic herself, it made her look far less guilty than I was previously led to believe. I agree that what Synni did was wrong. I agree she was being irresponsible. But I do not think that Synni is a groomer, a pedo, a child predator, or anything like that. After going through both of these massive documents in their entirety, I realized that they're just full of nothing. Oh no, Synni drew a picture of her character in a sexy outfit. Oh no, Synni said I like big butts, I cannot lie to a minor. If the doc maker had to stretch so much, so many times to make such bad points to paint Synni as a predator, then it stands to reason that it's not a good doc. They clearly didn't know what they were talking about, and they were just grabbing any piece of evidence they could to paint Synni as a groomer. The fact that Jack actually looked at this doc and came to the conclusion that Synni was a groomer is absolutely insane. After that happened, I believe that Jack convinced Synni that she actually groomed someone. Then Synni, feeling bad about it without actually looking at the document, admitted to the allegations. And nothing Synni did was as bad as what Pyro did, so please tell me why he's getting a free pass and she's not. Okay, yes, most of the evidence we've seen from Pyro's video shows that he didn't actually know the age of the 15-year-old. Synni, on the other hand, did, which makes her more guilty than Pyro, but the stuff she sent Enna wasn't as bad as what Pyro sent to Ivory. Like, it's not even close. Also, Pyro did continue talking to the minor when they turned 16. Now, 16 is the legal age of consent in the UK, so it's really up to you to decide which one was worse.
yourself and it's your fault!
Did Synni really say she was going to kill Jack? Well, yes, but there's some much needed context that you are missing. First of all, it's sad that people are flipping out over this and taking it so seriously. People have said they're going to kill me on Xbox Live lots of times, and I've done the same. Me and my roommate jokingly say we are going to kill one another all the time. I could tell super early on that the screenshots Jack posted to its Twitter were taken out of context instantly. Here's the context for the first screenshot.
Okay, so this is at the time when Jack is recording the video, right? What the hell? I love Jack so much. What happened? Right now, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. He's framing me as a sex saying I assaulted him by touching his ass and boobs, but I would always ask if it was okay that I did that. And he always said yes. There were times when I poked him in places he didn't like, but I didn't realize it bothered him that much. I thought it was just playful. I don't know.
Oh no, she said she would kill Jack because it was accusing her of SAing? Because it rescinded its consent, which is something you can't do? Kind of seems weird that Jack rescinded his consent at the absolute perfect time. Sorry, but if you give me or anyone consent, you can't just take it away months later. You can give your consent when something is happening or about to happen, but not months after the fact. I can't believe I have to explain this, but apparently I did. Also, me and my roommate touch one another's asses all the time. It's a form of bonding with guys. If Professor Dreadlock decided to take away his consent months after the fact and painted me as a groomer, I would put him 6 feet under. Also before this, Synni was going over the stuff of her roommate painting her as a groomer. The second screenshot, the one about the gun, was sent after Jack moved out of the house.
Jack made a Twitter thread saying he has more info on me, is making a second video on me. He said he was talking to my friends and coworkers all day and is now staying with my coworkers, I think, but I don't know which ones. He said he's stealing my friends, and he said, live and suffer, Pyrocynical Drama. After I saw Jack's Twitter thread, I had to leave work early. I bought a knife, pepper spray, and a crowbar to protect myself. I'm thinking about buying a gun too. I screamed at Izzy over the phone when she was trying to comfort me, but I was convinced someone was in my apartment and they were going to kill me as soon as I entered the place. I parked in a neighborhood 30 minutes away from 30 minutes away from where I live, and Izzy went to my apartment to check all the rooms with Jade. I thought someone was there and would kill her, thinking she was me, and I was so scared to try calling her again. Everything was cleared, though. I came home and checked all my rooms for myself, my pepper spray in hand. I broke down crying once I saw Stupid. Stupid is the name of the cat, and I slept in my room. I do not blame Synni for wanting to buy a gun to defend herself when all the internet is, like, wanting her dead, and, like, she's being actively doxxed and people are advocating to kill her.
This was during a time Synni was getting death threats, and also dealing with people calling her boss, showing that they know where she works, therefore they probably know where she lives. She just brought up that she was getting a gun to defend herself, and that's it. Sorry, but how did you guys fall for this? The entire internet wanted someone dead, and they wanted to defend themselves, but somehow this negatively affects a person who got over $10,000? Let me just make this clear. Jack gets $10K, Synni gets death threats. She wants to get a gun to defend herself, and then Jack somehow twisted this into a death threat? What? By the way, I just realized this. Jack thought Synni was a threat to children, so why didn't they call the cops? If I thought Dread was a threat to kids, you can bet your shiny metal ass I would call 911. I guess asking for money was more important than protecting children.
I am a registered sex offender. I stuck my dick into a blender.
Much like Hopeless Peaches, Synni rushed her response to everything, and it was not a good response at all. It did change a few minds, but for the most part, it increased the backlash she got. This response would have worked if she made it without apologizing beforehand, and before Jack made its video. But at this point, the mob is too riled up to listen to her. She needed to treat this like how Pyro treated his video, or how Peaches handled her second video, but she made it as if it was just another video, and that's not a good thing. When you hear the call with me and her, you will see that she did not take my advice on how to go about this. She thought she didn't have to go over the doc because other people didn't go over it, but the thing is, this is the internet, not a court of law. On the internet, it's guilty until proven innocent. Also, monetizing the video and uploading it at 5 AM was not a smart move. That being said, the amount of people commenting that they will not watch the video is dumb. If you are too scared to watch it, then you don't fully believe in what you are saying.
Talk about me and the victims. My thing and the victims.
One thing that really shocked me about this whole drama is the amount of people treating this like it's Synni versus Jack, but they seem to forget about Enno. I think they are left out because they aren't a public figure, so most people just don't care about them. Let's be honest here, Jack made the video about itself, not the minor. The minor got nothing, and Jack got over $10,000. People are saying poor Jack a lot more than poor Enno. Guys, Jack is a person with autism and BPD, and they grew up getting bashed by the entire internet, which more than likely had an effect on its development. Oh, and also they go by it pronouns, which is not a normal thing, even by trans standards. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that it's best not to take it at its word and give it over $10,000 in 3 days. By the way, I'm going off topic for this, but if anyone is going to try to make the allegation that I'm simping for Synni, I'm not the one giving people $10,000. Giving money to people is closer to simp behavior than not giving them any money at all. I recall people saying poor creepshow art during the Peaches drama. That drama involved a woman with black and orange hair getting thousands of dollars for going after a blonde girl for things that were mostly false, but a few things were true. But the things that were true were blown way out of proportion. And now the same thing is happening again, almost the exact same way. Talk about deja vu. I can't believe I'm having to do the same thing I did a few years ago. One of the people I defended Peaches from was Camilla, someone who was obsessed with Undertale, and Synni is also obsessed with Undertale. Am I in a time loop? After looking over everything in more depth than 99% of people talking about this, I can safely say that this drama was blown up to a level that it had no business getting to. I love how people would try to debunk me on Twitter by sending me the doc they didn't read. I think the irony was lost on them. The commentary community's coverage of this entire drama was absolutely gross. You guys really need to stop spreading what is currently the popular opinion without looking into things deeper. Face the facts, Synni already quote-unquote admitted to it. You weren't making videos on her to spread the word around, you were just doing it to get a quick buck. You weren't concerned about the safety of minors, you were concerned about getting clout. You guys should have learned your lesson from the Peaches drama, the Spoctor drama, the Dream and John Swan drama, the Pyrocynical drama, and more. But you people keep making the same mistake of jumping on a bandwagon too fast over and over again. I do believe Synni did bad things. She needed to be called out for them, but she did not groom anyone, and she's not a pedo. If you guys seriously believe that Synni sent a minor then you would also be at fault for linking the doc with a quote-unquote on yourself. If you did not age restrict your video, then so many minors had access to the quote-unquote porn. Some of you may say that what she did was wrong enough for you to never watch her again. If that is how you feel, then that's okay. But don't make up stuff like, she sent nudes to a minor, she's a pedo, or she groomed someone, because none of that is true. I've checked multiple different definitions for grooming. What Synni did doesn't fit any of them. Sure, what she did is what a lot of groomers do when they start grooming, but they tend to escalate things, and she didn't escalate things for 6 months. Or, who knows, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't actually know what grooming is. I know the ArchCC is more than likely going to try to use this video against me. They are going to paint me as someone who is okay with degenerate stuff being shown to kids, or that I'm defending a groomer. Both things that aren't true, as I've proven in this video. I said what Synni did wasn't okay, and I show that she isn't a groomer. What Synni did was wrong. What she did was irresponsible. However, whatever punishment you think she deserves, I believe she already got it. Now, if you are one of the people who made a video on Synni, and you disagree with things I'm saying in this video, then let's have a debate. It just seems a little strange to me to make a video on someone without reaching out to them. Oh wait, you guys already did that. I, along with Kumo, were the only two who reached out. I know a lot of people won't watch this video, so if you are going to disagree with me, please put hashtag pineapple soda in your comment. All one word, by the way. If you don't, then I know you were too scared to have your opinion challenged. I've made videos on predators before, and I've uploaded more than one video bashing cuties. I've won almost every single drama I've been in, even when I was on the losing side. I'm sure people are gonna say I'm reviving the drama, or that I'm doing this for money or something. But even if that is true, it doesn't debunk anything I'm saying. People will more than likely bring up the Toby drama, but last time I checked, every single video covering my Toby video is gone. Every last one of them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared of the backlash I'll get from uploading this video. Both my roommate and my girlfriend try to talk me out of uploading it. They think I'm right, but they don't want to see me fight for so long and so hard like I did in the Peaches drama. By the way, Peaches is someone that became a bad person after everything I did for them, so I don't know if Synni will end up the same way or not. But I have to do what I think is right. Who knows, maybe I'm the one in the wrong, but I still feel like I have to do this. A lot of people could have done this video better than me, and hopefully they will, now that I've shown them the ropes. But if I am in the right, the next time something like this happens, can you guys please not say,
"Ja, you were right about every other drama, but this time you're wrong,"
before my video even comes out. That being said, I am not confident that this video will go over well once I upload it. The good news is I don't have to worry about people like Prisonmate Luke coming in and making things worse. But I also can't get help from people like Lio, Peaches, and Doodletones. The last two left YouTube and Lio's reputation is in the dirt. But I do believe they would have been more skeptical about this drama than most people. In many ways, this is like all the big dramas that have ever happened in the commentary community all at once. Just like Spockter, Synni admitted to it. Just like Peaches, she made a bad first response. And just like Pyro, people painted her as a groomer when she wasn't one. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, this drama has now gotten so big that people outside the ArtCC are talking about it, and a lot of non-ArtCC people don't think that she's a groomer. Who knows, maybe I'm the one in the wrong. But after seeing what happened in the Spockter, the Peaches, and the Pyro dramas, I just think we should be at least a little bit more skeptical. Please, do not take my word for this. Do your own research and look into these documents a little bit more carefully. And once again, I want to make this clear. Synni is being irresponsible, but in my book, she's not a groomer. Anyways, let's get into the edited down version of the interview I had with Synni. Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah.
Okay, so first thing I want to ask you, how are you feeling right now?
Kinda dead inside.
That sounds about right. Like, you seem like you've been through quite a bit of a roller coaster lately.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's my first question, if you don't mind if I begin. Do you mind if I begin?
Am I being recorded?
Actually, sure, I'll ask that. Would you be okay if I record you?
I guess it should be fine.
Okay, so for my first question is, did you actually, like, look at the docs at all?
The first one, yes. The second one, I didn't get a chance to. It was made, so that Jack could upload his video, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay,
so... I'm pretty sure it came out the same day as me making my... Like, the one that, Enno made, I'm pretty sure, was made on the exact same day that I recorded my apology video.
And Enno is the 14-year-old, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my first question. I looked at the first doc. Like, I desperately looked all over the first doc. I don't see any grooming going...
Stupid.
Oh, yeah. Like, Synni had her avatar in sexual poses, and I was like, yeah, have you not seen Naruto or any PG-13 anime? Like,
no, I think a lot of that document was just complete horseshit, honestly. There were, of course, there were like some things that I do think were problems, like the actual issues, but a lot of it was just bullshit.
Yeah, like I was looking at that and I was like, this is so much nothing. Like, okay, sure, there's some stuff in here, but like 90% of it was just nothing. Like you saying, oh, this fan art someone made for me is sexy. It's like, oh no, that she said sexy. I heard the word sexy in a fucking Shrek movie when I was a kid. Like, oh no. Question 1, let's just go in the order I asked you them. Did you take your apology down, and if so, why?
I privated it because I'm making a video kind of going over why I don't believe I'm actually a groomer.
Oh wow! Why don't you think why don't you think you're a groomer? It's because there's legitimately no evidence of you grooming. Is that why you think that?
I will be completely honest. I didn't even consider it to be grooming until Jack told me it was grooming.
Oh my fucking god! Of course you did. Of course you did. Because like, here's the thing. I looked through both docs. Okay, were you talking appropriately? Yes. Were you grooming? No. So let me go off topic. Synni, are you? Can I call you Synni? Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, it's Synni.
Okay, I might accidentally call you Sunny by accident, but I'll try to call you Synni. So Synni, like, let me ask you something. Are you you're straight, right?
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah. What? Now I'm straight too. I mean, no, sorry. Eno is a female, correct? I got the names mixed up.
Eno is AFAB, yeah.
AFAB, okay. So, yeah, have you ever dated a woman?
When I was 14.
Of course you did.
And I ended up breaking up with my girlfriend when I was 16 because I realized I didn't love her like that, because I realized I don't like women like that.
You were just a bit bi-curious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Once I kissed an Italian guy, but that's not important right now.
Way back when, I like became friends with someone named Pee-wee. I guess now they go by Bug Spray. I just keep calling them Pee-wee because that's like ingrained in my brain. That's just who they are to me. I don't know, man. Like we kind of just like. I didn't realize that we only talked for a week before it got weird, but we were just like both being sexual like toward each other, and then like they offered to help me move out by moving in with me, and I wanted very badly to leave my parents' place, so we went through like a lot of planning, and then one day they just ghosted me, and I had to work out other arrangements in order to move out.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple days after they ghosted me, they made like a public YouTube video exposing me, and like they leaked like a shit ton of the art I sent them. Which...
Yeah, and someone made a video defending you, and that video got like 300,000 views or some shit, right?
I don't know how many views it got, but I'm assuming you're talking about the video that Soph the Neko made.
I think it was Soph the Neko. But more importantly, so I think you're missing the point of the question. The person who made the first doc, like the old doc about you with the 17-year-old, are they the same person who's making the new doc now?
I don't think so. Also, what was there one that came out before addressing Synnibear03, or are you just talking about that one?
I heard that the same person, I just heard this recently, like today, someone told me that, oh, the same person who is calling Synnibear out in their doc was the same person who was getting onto their case like a year ago when they were 19 and talking with the 17-year-old, and I wanted to run that by you to see if you knew anything.
I don't think so, no. The person who made the Addressing Synnibear03 document was like a really old, like, ex-friend. I don't know. I don't know how to explain like how much they just don't exist in my brain.
Okay. Well, is Enno friends with the person who made the first doc?
I'm not aware of them even like knowing of each other's existence. I mean, obviously, I think I'm gonna call them Bunny. I'm pretty sure Bunny like probably knows about Enno, but I don't think Enno knows who Bunny is. Bunny is the person who made the doc.
Okay. Yeah, and at least from what I can tell from the messages, there was no indication from on my end that you were trying to get with a 14-year-old romantically.
No.
Yeah. With the way people are talking about this, they're making you seem like the next EDP, the next Cosmodor, or whoever the fuck. Like, and this is like the important question I want to ask you. What like pushed you in to like saying like, hey guys, I'm sorry, I groomed a minor. I'm leaving my channel that I've worked so many years on because of
Jack.
Yeah. So what was the thought process there?
I had like a thing in my head where I was just like, well, this is what like seems like the best option, just to keep everyone happy and safe, I guess. It was mostly me trying to earn back Jack's trust by being open and honest with the people, like with my own audience.
But you weren't honest with them. You said you groomed someone, and I don't.
I thought I did.
Okay, here's the thing, and here's was the first big red flag to me. At first, I thought this was pretty cut and dry. You got accused, docs were made, there's so much evidence in the doc, they're so long, you must have done it because you admitted to it. So I was working on my video, and then I thought, I just had that feeling, the same feeling I got when the Peaches drama started, the same feeling I got when the Spockter drama started. It's that feeling I get in the back of my neck that just tells me something's not right here. And I thought about it, and I was like, Cosmodor did not admit to grooming until it was too late. Neither the EDP to this day has not admitted to doing anything wrong. Groomers don't fucking admit to it. So I thought to myself, why would she admit to it? I can't even think of a single groomer who just flat out said, yep, I did it. And then I started thinking maybe I should reach out to you and have a chat with you. So what you did was inappropriate. You shouldn't have done that, but I don't think you're Cosmodor level. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're working on a response to everything, is that right?
I'm trying.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be an uphill battle. You made things really bad for yourself by making that apology.
I realize that.
Yep. And here's the thing. As much backlash as you're getting right now, Spockter's and Peaches was surprisingly worse, so I think you have a chance of getting out of this.
I hope so.
Yeah. So, what's the plan with you and Jack?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I can see what he posts on Twitter. I can tell he's not... he's not my friend.
I would say the same. I don't think that's what friends say about one another.
God, he jumped so fucking far. He's calling me a pedophile.
I haven't seen that, but I've seen other stuff.
I saw, like... I was at work, god damn it, and I saw him say some shit like, live and suffer, pedo bear. I think it's so jarring, because he left before I even came home from work. Like, I came home from work and he was just gone. And then sorry, what?
It's just... Oh, it's funny to hear a woman say that for once.
I came home from work and he was gone, and then the next morning the police came to my apartment.
Oh no!
For a wellness check, not for anything bad.
Oh, okay.
I woke up to like the police at my door, and they were just like, "Hey, heard something was going on with you. Your friend called us here," and I was like, "Oh." And then I looked at my phone and I saw that, like, my real life friend tried calling me multiple times, and Jack tried calling me multiple times. And I texted, like, both of them, and my real life friend didn't know that the police were coming, so I figured they didn't call them, so it had to be Jack. I told Jack, like, oh, the police came by, and he was like, yeah, we thought you were dead, lol. Like, he said LOL at the end of his message, and then he never texted me ever again. And I was like, oh, this is good, because this means he's upset with me, but he still cares about me. That's good. He wants to make sure I'm alive. And then, like, I went to work, and in the middle of my shift, I saw that he made, like, a big, like, Twitter thread, basically mocking me. Like, he bragged about stealing my friends from me, and he said, like, you know, live and suffer, pedo bear. And then he, like, posted a picture of, like, a hat that he left on my pillow when he left. Like, it was a hat that said groom on it.
Actually,
like,
that's something I've been meaning to ask you. So, like, they accused you of touching them inappropriately?
Yeah, fuck him for even, like, insinuating that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get real here. Me and Professor Dreadlock, we're best buddies, and we're romantic with each other. We slap each other on the ass every now and then. We spook each other. We don't poke each other in the crotch, but we do pretty much everything else. And like, when I heard that, I was just like, you know, I know Jack goes by he, him, but like, their sex is, they're an AFAB, and
yeah, he's AFAB.
Yeah, so two women living with each other, they're gonna, I don't know what it's like with two women living with each other, but I can tell you, as a guy who lives with another guy, we sometimes touch each other a bit inappropriately.
I think it should have been, like, a red flag to literally everyone when Jack showed, like, me screaming at him, like, through text, saying, I always asked you if it was okay, and you said yes, and like no one mentioned that or, like, said anything about that.
Well, you need to understand this corner of the internet, they're fucking idiots. They will believe what they're told until they're shown the opposite. I mean, come on, you've seen this with the Spocker drama, you've seen this with the Peaches drama. Prismate Luke literally put up screenshots that contradicted what he said, and people went, yep, that seems legit to me.
I'm a little thrown off that, like, the commentators aren't, like, looking at that.
Actually, that's something I've been meaning to ask you. Aside from me, has anybody reached out to you?
Two YouTubers contacted me and, like, asked me questions, but no one else. Yeah, it was.
Okay, so I'm literally the first person who was like, hey, I don't think you're as bad as what everybody else is saying.
The first person was Kumo.
Of course it's Kumo. Like, I have my own issues with the guy, but, like, it sounds like sometimes he could be skeptical in the right areas, and you know what, I think he was skeptical in the right area, because, like, I've heard rumors that you two were collabing together, but I watched his video, and I was like, I don't...
Collabing is a stretch, but, like, he's trying to help me, like, make my video as good as it can be.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So...
Like, not a collab, just, like, he's looking over my stuff.
I'm not gonna lie. I was so ready to tear into you, and this was the day I was going to upload it unlisted for my Patreon supporters, and it was going to go live tomorrow. But then I decided to fact check one more time, just make sure everything was correct, and I've had this feeling for a while, like something isn't right, and after looking at everything I realized what you did was bad. Very bad. If you were... You better thank your vagina. If you had a PP, you would be, oh man, it would not be good for you if you had a PP.
Aw, man.
Yeah, but people are more forgiving when women do this. But yeah, like, I don't think you're a groomer. I think your friend who you lived with for years convinced you that you were a horrible person. You started thinking you were a horrible person, and you cracked underneath the pressure and decided to say something in a video that made you look really, really, really bad. And I'm guessing you didn't fully grasp what the word groomer meant, right?
I think anyone who was watching my videos might be able to discern that, because
if you could be so lucky, do you know how dumb these people are?
In my so Jack, I think Jack doesn't understand what grooming is, and I've been getting a lot of my information from him, because one of the things that I know I've said that was incorrect was like, so Jack keeps saying that he was groomed by Kitty Dog when he was 12 and Kitty Dog was 14, and I believed him.
Okay, that's not... I don't
want to downplay his experience in like that he was traumatized. I just, now that I'm like going to therapy and shit, I don't think it was grooming, actually. That doesn't sound fucking right. God. And I feel fucking stupid for like making a video and defending that point.
Okay, you know how the only interaction we had ever was when I commented on your Spockter video?
Yeah.
Okay, in that video you said you were moving in with Birdie, and like, when I heard you bring that up, I was like, haha, well, this is going to be entertaining in a year.
Oh.
So that's exactly what I thought, because I was like, oh, two ArtCC people underneath the same roof. What could possibly go wrong?
Fuck.
Yeah, sorry I didn't warn you sooner. Honestly, I thought you would throw Jack underneath the bus first. Like, honestly, I thought it would happen the reverse way.
No. God. This entire situation just sucks.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. I've been in your shoes. Peach has been in your shoes. Spockter has been in your shoes. The only thing I'm going to tell you is this. Once you're out of this situation, don't fuck up again. Like, don't fuck up like Spockter and Peaches did. Like, here's the thing. When it comes to the Spockter situation, the dude got canceled for being a pussy. Like, if I was in that same situation as him, I would have been like, oh yeah, I stumbled upon it, looked through all the multiple folders I had on it, saw the 13-year-old nudes, freaked out, ripped it out, stomped on it, and flushed it down my toilet. I'm not a predator, I just held on to those nudes in deep within folders, and that's what happened to me. Oh well, guess I'll keep uploading like I normally did, but instead he was like, no, I'm gonna run away and make people think I'm a predator, like fucking idiot.
I remember people like getting really upset with me when I tried giving like Spockter the benefit of the doubt in my video, where I was just like, you know, maybe he just forgot about it, and then people were like calling me a dick writer.
Well, you are that. Let's be honest here. I've seen how much you coom.
Rude, but anyway.
Come on, you're a coomer. You're like a super coomer. Like I've seen some of the stuff you've drawn.
Don't remind me of what everyone's seen. Fuck. Alright,
But I'm gonna give you some advice, okay?
No.
You don't want any advice?
Okay, fine. Damn
okay,
it.
number one, you're gonna have to take the L on the way you are talking to the 14-year-old, but you have to make it clear.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. There's no... Like, listen, I had a 14-year-old like, hey, I want to make you, I'm a big fan of you, and I want to make you happy. And I was like, no, I know where this is going. This is a fucking honeypot situation. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
in my video,
Peaches video, right?
I think so.
Okay, when I said adults talk inappropriately around minors all the time, people really took that the wrong way, but like, I defended myself on my second channel in my Vincent Skullman video. I was like, my dad showed me RoboCop when I was a kid, and that movie had boobies in it. Like, inappropriate things can happen. The kids are saying inappropriate stuff to each other all the time. It's not like you're not grooming a kid because you say pee-pee by accident around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with this stuff, and you're not gonna get all your fans back. People are gonna hate on you, but that is better than people thinking that you're the next Cosmodor. I had to change my Spoctor thumbnail, like the one where he said, coming up to get a cupcake, because I was like, oh, people might take this the wrong way, and I don't like Spoctor, but I don't think he's a groomer or anything like that, so that's why I had to change the thumbnail. And I understand you've heard nothing but bad things about me. I'm pretty sure you think I'm a racist pedo yourself. At least one of those things.
I know you're not looked at in the best light, but I don't actually have any labels to attach to you.
Come on. Not even the racist one.
I'm too stupid. I don't keep up with everything.
Yeah, I was mostly thrown for a loop when you said you were coming back from work. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you did YouTube full time.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, not...
No!
Because,
no!
Like, okay, not YouTube full time. But the thing is, I thought you did internet stuff full time because, like, commissions and all that. Because, like, I looked at your art style and I was like, this girl draws porn for a living.
All the smaller, like, things that are being, like, said about me, I plan on covering in, like, a second video. Like, for example, the scamming thing, and also, like, I'm being called racist because I said something racist.
Come on, sister. You're talking to the racism king over here.
The king of racism. But I need to, like, talk about that in a separate video, because the first video, the one I'm making right now, is mostly just talking about why I don't think I'm a groomer and why Jack is mean. He's mean. Everyone look at Jack right now. Alright,
yeah.
No, there's like a bunch of fucking issues I have with Jack after saying all this.
Actually, that reminds me. Does Jack have an IRL job?
No.
Do they receive Social Security?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I heard a story with that. I will admit, I did... When I was questioning this, I did watch Kumo's video, because I realized, okay, I need to hear someone defending this, because, like, sometimes you just need one person to say the emperor has no clothes for you to actually see that he's naked. Yeah, when I saw his video, not a great video. He kind of rambles a lot. It took forever to actually start. He also has another video that is way shorter. I prefer his second one, but even then the second one is so long. But like, I looked at the video and I was like, this dude doesn't know what he's doing, but like, he's telling the truth. You're not a groomer. You're a lot of things. You're inappropriate with minors. You shouldn't send the stuff you sent. You've done... No. You've had multiple warnings about this. You need to be careful, and here's the thing. This happens again. It's going to be really bad. So, like, you need to double, triple, quintuple check what you're who you're talking to. You need to keep the ages in mind. And if you're gonna start your Discord up again, make it 18+.
Yeah, that's also part of my conclusion.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, I'm gonna probably have like an age verification thing going on. I don't know how exactly I plan on implementing that yet, because I don't want to, like... My first idea was to have people, like, give me their driver's license, but that seems like a bad idea. That seems
just have them click
a very
on
easy way to dox yourself.
Just have them click on the I promise I'm 18 button. Like that's.
But then people are gonna be like, that's not good enough.
Tell them to make videos on Pornhub instead of you. Then what I find the funniest thing about this entire drama is like the doc that was like, oh, her character did a sexy pose, and then Jack links it beneath his video. And it ends with the fucking, your two characters.
The fucking panty and stalking me.
Yeah, like, I know what panty and stalking is, and I know that's not That's not a show I would be, like, sending to any minor I've spoken to. Let's just say that. And, when I saw that, I was just like, I was confused about this. Like, people saying, oh, Synnibear03, she drew a character in sexy poses, it's porn. Here, let me link it down beneath my video without age restricting it.
I just think it's fucking wild that, like, in Jack's video, he's like, I'm not a freak, unlike Synni. Anyway, here's my animation where Synni takes off her underwear and, like, strips on a pole. Like, the irony is palpable. I can't get over that. That's such a, like... Please understand where I'm coming from. I'm so pissed off.
I understand where you're coming from. I've been in your shoes multiple times.
Call me a freak, and then you animated my ass.
Yeah, you're both Coomers as far as I'm aware. And I am so glad to finally sit down and talk to you. I was nervous that you wouldn't have gotten back to me because I've gone back and forth on my videos so much. I've been... I made it really quickly and then realized, oh, I need to find the evidence, and then I had to change this, I had to change that, I had to change this, and I had to change that, and once I finally had a video all lined up so I could, like, look through it and fact check it, I was like, oh my god, like, I'm so low energy because, like, I don't really believe in what I'm saying, and then I realized, what am I fucking doing? I should reach out to you to hear your side of the story, and what gave me the courage to do this was I saw that you took or privated your apology video, and that made me think, maybe she's realizing, hey, I'm not a fucking groomer, just a Coomer.
It sucks because I was crying to Jack about it, and Jack, like, understood how much it upset me that in particular was leaked, and now he just doesn't give a shit.
Well, that's why I hate ArtCC people. They're insanely backstabby. Like, insanely so. Like, you can't be friends with them.
I'm assuming there's probably like a bit of just the Fruitcake Club thing go in.
Oh, that's gonna be its complete video.
Off topic. I got us off topic.
Okay, so I suggest you make your video. But here's the thing, everybody hates you already, they can't hate you any more than they do. In fact, so don't rush it. In fact, don't take too much time on it, but don't rush yourself. It's better
it's pretty much done.
Okay, but here's the thing. When you upload it, be very careful with the title, the description, and the thumbnail. Don't make something that will make people upset. People are upset,
yeah,
but
no,
like...
this video in particular, I don't want to be provocative, like, at all. I just want to make sure everyone understands what I'm saying.
Okay. You're going to still get a little backlash for it, but it won't be...
I figure.
It won't be, I don't know, 13,000 dislikes like you'd got on your apology.
That one didn't age quite so well.
I hope not. I hope I'm my assumption as to how it will go is like a bunch of people will like click on it and then immediately dislike it and leave some fucking weird comments, and then as it keeps going it'll get a lot more leveled out. That's what I assume is going to happen.
You're right. And you're gonna have some dumb fuck constantly bring up, like 3 years down the road, someone's gonna say, hey, aren't you that groomer person? And you're gonna have to deal with that. Like, I have people
throw
doing
them at the wall.
Yeah, I have people doing that to me. Because of because my thumbnail had a cupcake in it. I don't regret that. That was fucking hilarious.
Were there any other questions, or did I do good?
I have a few more questions about Birdie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when you moved in with Birdie,
Like, was there at least a small part of you who thought, you know, maybe this is a bad idea?
Actually, no. My entire family was, like, very against the idea of me moving in with Birdie. In fact, I remember, I have a distinct memory of, okay, so, I don't know if you know this, but I was friends with, Jack Birdie back in, like, 2020, and that kind of ruined my life for a bit, and so I stopped being his friend. And then, like, more recently, I got back in contact with him just because he was on my mind for some reason. And he seemed to be a lot more mellowed out. He was a lot less, like, abrasive, and also happened to be homeless. So we just started talking again, and like, I remember when we were, like, making our plans to like, move in together, whenever I would talk about him to my parents, I would call him Jimmy, because I didn't want them to know that I was talking to Jack again. At some point, I, like, opened a separate bank, like a separate savings account just for Jack, and there was, like, $300 in that savings account for Jack. He keeps asking for that money, and I keep thinking, no, I don't want to give you that money.
He made $10,000. He made
$10,000, and also the fucking computer he's using to tweet out all this fucking bullshit is one that I bought for him, and it was $600.
How much percentage of the rent did you pay?
Most of it. In fact, I've been paying full rent for, like, most of our stay here.
Yeah, don't give him the $300.
Yeah, I'm upset because he has my jewelry. He fucking stole my jewelry. And it was expensive and I want it back. And also I want my cat back. I would like my cat, for fuck's sake.
Oh my god, another Kai and Omnia situation. It's always the fucking cat!
He took my cat!
Why? Why is it always the cat? Like...
Well, Jack has, like, a really, like, strong connection to the cat, and so he's, like... He's really fucking weird about the cat, but, like, he took the cat and he took Squirp and left Stupid. So I have one cat and not the other. And Stupid keeps screaming because she's bored and she doesn't have her playmate anymore and she's sad.
Okay, well, get your cat back. Kai got their cat back, so I'm sure you can get your cat back. Like, why do you guys keep getting in this situation? Kai and Omnia move in together, it's a whole mess. You and Jack move in together, it's a whole mess. Anytime, I don't mean to sound bigoted, but anytime you people move in with one another, it doesn't go well. I mean you people as in ArtCC, this corner of the internet kind of people. Autistic gooners.
Okay, but look, like, 2 is a coincidence. We'll wait until the 3rd time happens.
Okay. Ultimately, we have one common enemy, and that's the ArtCC and how they manipulate people. Like, they seem all nice and wholesome, and then they suddenly...
No, yeah, I think the art commentary community is, like, extremely fucking predatory. Like, I thought that even before, like, all this shit happened to me.
Whatever punishment you deserve for what you did, you already got it.
Aye.
But yeah, when do you think your video will be out?
I'm hoping this week. I'm having to, like, redo some things. I'm still debating if I want to keep the last part of my video in, because in the last part of my video where I'm just talking about how Jack has been treating me, like, during all this, I started, like, fucking sobbing, and I'm wondering if that's even, like, worth keeping in.
I would recommend not keeping in the crying, so people don't think you're emotionally manipulating them.
I feel like, God, I feel fucking stupid, but I like, a part of me wants to keep it in because I feel like there's value in being vulnerable, but at the same time, it's just like, man, people will find any reason to be mad at me.
I know, like, what my biggest problem was all the people saying, like, oh, Synni Synni didn't make a real apology, I was like, that's the most genuine apology I've ever heard in my fucking life. What are you fucking saying?
I saw a lot of people being like, oh yeah, Synni is mostly just like Synni is not sorry they groomed a minor, they're sorry that Jack is leaving. And it's, like Synni's just upset because Jack's going away, and it's like, you're mean, go away.
Okay, to be fair, it did seem that's why you were mostly upset, and I understand it.
To be honest, it was mostly why I was upset, because just...
Yeah, let's be honest here.
He's my best friend. My best friend, he's going away. What? That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. With friends like this, who needs enemies?
For real. Like, even Laurel, like Laurel is someone, like, I was so close to. I was so close to Laurel. And now, fucking today, she uploaded her own video about me. Hey.
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
Did you have any other questions?
No, not really. It's just, after this is all over, after this is all over, like, once you and Jack have your everything sorted out, I recommend you take a break and rest.
Oh no, I plan on that too. Like, once this is all dealt with.
Yeah, because
it really fucking sucked when Jack first left, because I was like, well, I'm public enemy #1 now, so like, I can't make videos, I can't draw, I have no friends, so like, what do I even do with my time?
Comb.
Like, no, I just ended up playing video games for like a week straight.
Oh my god.
What the fuck else am I gonna do? Like, literally all my friends hate me. Like, all of my like friends are just gone. And like, I can't draw when I'm super depressed. What reason do I have to even draw if I'm not, like, able to show it to anyone? Like that's just how my brain works now. I can't draw just for me anymore.
The problem
Once he found out that I was making a video, like, he doesn't even know what I plan on saying in the video, but he's already, like, trying to paint a narrative where, like, I plan on being super ableist and, like, calling him unreliable because he's mentally ill. Mwahahaha. And everyone fucking believes him, but, like, he has no proof of me even, like, insinuating I was going to do that. He has nothing. He has nothing, and everyone believes him.
Well, that's what the RCC does. They control the narrative. They say you're going to be sexist, racist, ableist, transphobic before your video even comes out. They always do this shit.
I'm so upset that, like fucking Kuma was the only person, like, questioning everything. Like, he was the first one to contact me. He's the one who's, like, questioning everyone whenever they talk about this shit. And no one likes him. God damn it.
Well, to be fair, that's what happens when you're not going around when you don't follow the crowd blindly. They excommunicate you. That's what happened to me when I went against the grain. I had to be, like, everybody knew the edgy shit I've said in my videos for years, but as soon as I had a different opinion on the Toby drama, suddenly I'm racist. It's weird that no one called me out for that until after I went against the grain.
Strange. And also, I don't fully understand what the Toby drama even was.
No one does! No one does! It's
like,
so
even after
confusing.
trying to watch videos about the drama, I was like, wait, is Toby the bad person, or are they calling out a bad person? Wait, what the fuck? What am I watching?
Toby did bad. It was exaggerated. And then everybody got distracted because the Peaches and Creepshow art stuff happened.
RAR XD. But
exactly.
I had a dream when this whole thing, like, when the day Jack left, I think I had a dream where, like, someone hacked my Twitter and just kept saying the N-word over and over.
I've had that one. Okay, well, tomorrow I'm gonna get to work on the video about you, but I'm gonna have to change the thumbnail. I'm going to have to pick
Gooner.
I'm gonna have to pick what parts work and what don't work. At least I don't have to change the credits. But, yeah, I'm going to be changing my video a lot, and I'm also going to have to reach out to Jack because, you know, for all I know, you're
Uh-oh! Have fun with that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going to get the video ready because knowing Jack, they're probably going to panic and try to control the narrative, like...
Of course, and that's gonna be hilarious, but... God, I feel so fucking shitty because, like, I'm... in a way praying for Jack's downfall, but it's just because his downfall is, like, me coming out of this situation alive.
Yeah,
God.
like... The worst part is...
I feel evil.
I know. Trust me, I feel evil too, but, like, I'm gonna be 100% real here. I don't want to cancel anyone. If there could be an alternate timeline where Prism
I don't want Jack to be canceled either. I just want him to fucking face consequences for this because, God, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I don't want Jack to, like, go away forever. I don't want him to, like, suffer constantly. I want to not be Synni the groomer. Like, God.
You have to fight back. If you don't, people are going to think you're a groomer. And here's the thing, when people think you're a groomer, they think you're a pedophile. And when they think you're a pedophile and a groomer, they think you're a possible child molester. This shit does not stay online. It will link into your real life if you do not fight back.
No. I completely get that. You want to know what happened today? I got called into the back of my workplace, the store I work at, and they told me that people are reporting me because of the YouTube videos coming out, because some of my coworkers know about my YouTube channel. They were, like, following up on that and also, like, telling me, hey, so, like, we keep getting reports about some internet stuff going on. Are there any police reports about this? And I was like, no, because there isn't. There's no police investigation or anything. Because these guys are morons, and this would get laughed at if the police were involved. Fucking... So luckily, I have my job still. How is that for, like, internet bullshit? I could have gotten fired.
This is why I don't tell people my YouTube channel at my work. But here's the thing, I'm gonna go now, but here's one thing I want you to tell you. It's gonna be a hard uphill battle, but you know what? It was the same way for Hopeless Peaches. And since Hopeless Peaches made it out, I'm gonna help you out. And I'm gonna help you out through this, okay? But I'm gonna ask you something. Okay. Please do not backstab me.
I don't plan on it. I'm
Okay.
not an asshole.
Okay, it's just, I have to ask that because it happens a lot. I don't know why this keeps happening. Hey, I'm gonna help you through your drama. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jar. Oh, you're welcome, Peaches. Anyways, I'm gonna go tell a bunch of people you're racist behind your back. Oh, this sounds great, Peaches. Oh, hey, Junkie, you wanna... I'm gonna help you out with Lulu Bell stuff. Oh, thanks, Jar. Anyways, I'm gonna backstab you in the Toby drama and also call you racist. Like, if you do backstab me, please call me sexist. I'm tired of the racist stuff. Like, I want to be sexist now, okay? Call me homophobic. You know what? Like, I could do that too. Like, here's the thing. I'm way more sexist than I'm racist.
At least you're admitting to it.
What do you know? You're a woman.
Yeah, I feel like I need to, just to be clear, I know what I did was bad, and I know it was fucking stupid. Like, one of the easiest things to not do. I'm not a pedophile. Like, goddamn it.
You're irresponsible. That's for sure. Alright. I'm gonna get ready for bed now.
You go bed. You go bed. Shoot, get out. Get.
Hey, you have a good night, and, you know, keep up the fight, and I'm sure it will end well for you. I've seen people get out of it. Oh, and one more thing. For 3 to 4 years down the line, don't get a little bit of backlash and suddenly delete your channel like Spockter and Peaches did. Like, don't do that. Huh?
I like my YouTube channel. I don't plan on it.
Yeah, well, Peaches and Spockter seem to really like theirs, and I sure can't find them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. Here's the thing. Junkie didn't get cancelled for what he did. Neither did Spocker nor did Peaches. They got cancelled because they were cowards. Running away is the ultimate admission of guilt. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Alright. Good night, Synni.
Good Newt.
Enough! Fuck this.
If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, is that this is a cautionary tale of what not to do on the internet. Anyways, I gotta get back to work on my Lio video now. So to everybody watching this video, I just want to wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night.
I discovered sands upon pillars of salt and pillars of salt and pillars of salt and pillars of salt.